Hey, I've just had this overwhelming urge to expose my curly knob to the world on YouTube. I know, it's one of those strange things. I think you get to that age where you can't help but indulge in David Dickinson-like innuendos. I'll probably be getting a mahogany tan next. But anyway, after my slightly poor attempt at humour, I'll get on with this video. So basically what we have here, as I'm sure many of you will know, is a Royal Doulton, a very rare Royal Doulton figurine, dating from the 30s. She is called Curly Knob, believe it or not, and she has an HN number of, do you know what, I'm not quite sure, I can't remember, 1627. She was produced between 1934 and 1949, I think. So she's a long retired piece, and a very, very rare piece as well. I've just looked at other reputable online retailers to see what what price she realistically commands at the moment, and Seaway China are offering this model for $1,500, and Pasco are currently offering her at a sale price down from $1,500 to $899. This one is in overall very, very, very good condition. I mean, as you can see, to the figurine and in general, the paintwork is immaculate. There's no loss of glazing. There's certainly no chips or restoration. She's been inspected with a UV lamp to ensure that that there's no odd pigmentation conflicts which would suggest that she's been restored in any way. And as I said before, this one is a relatively early one. I mean, as I said, she was produced between 1934 and 1949, and this one, you can see the 11 next to the Royal Doulton emblem, which was Doulton's date code for 1938. And there's a further verification here. I'm not sure I can see it on the camera screen as I'm doing this. It's just in the corner here, but there is a 4-digit date code for the mould. As many of you will know, these moulds generally only lasted a few months before they needed replacing. So you can pretty much pinpoint with, you know, accuracy the date to within a few months that a piece was made, if you're fortunate enough to have a date stamp. Now this one has a date stamp of 3738, so that would have been that would mean that you really can't see it unfortunately in here, but it is there. That would mean that the mould that this particular model was made from was made on the 3rd of July 1938. So she is a very, or a moderately early example of this very, very rare, sought after figurine. Her one issue, if you can call it an issue, is that, and I've seen this so many times on these figurines which have these elaborate flower arrangements with the individual leaves, which they're just ridiculously brittle. But her flaw is that a couple of them are snapped. There's a little bit of a red rose, which a petal of a red rose just there, which has come off. There's a snap to one of the leaves there. You can almost imagine, it's the sort of thing I'd have done as a kid. You can almost imagine a kid coming along and snapping them off. I mean, they just almost invite, you know, vandalism by a sticky-faced 5-year-old. Or it could have just been knocked. I mean, it's as simple as that. You can look after these things, you know, with the, you know, preciousness of a Fabergé egg. There's another little chip to one of the petals there. You can really, really wrap these things up in cotton wool, but with these leaves, they're just a recipe for damage, unfortunately. And the fact is, it really doesn't detract from the piece. I mean, because it's such an obvious thing to happen. You know, she can clearly be seen to have been wonderfully looked after. So it really is just a product of being 80 or almost 80 years old, 78 years old. I mean, it's phenomenal. The colour, her hand-painted colours are exceptionally beautiful. She's a very, very lovely piece. She reminds me of another one of Leslie Haradine's models from the same era, possibly just slightly later. We have one in stock as well called Bonnie Lass, but a similar pose. And just beautiful. So obviously, even though it's quite insignificant, the damage to the leaves, or a few of the petals I should say, and the leaves, we probably will significantly reduce her again, even though she is worth a lot of money. You know, this particular figurine is very, very rare and very, very sought after, and very, very, very few in this condition. And of course, in comparison to many sites, we show you exactly the model So this is exactly the model which is offered for sale. So you certainly are not going to get any nasty surprises with any Royal Doulton figurine you buy from us. You can buy with that surety of knowing that you get exactly what you see. And she is a beautiful bonny lass. She is a beautiful curly knob. As can be seen. So she is very much a collector's piece, and you know, as prices have maintained on her, she's one of those pieces which will undoubtedly make a good investment for the future. So, and she's beautiful, and she displays extremely well. This is the thing with the minor issue to the leaves. It just doesn't affect the way she displays in the slightest. She remains a beautiful, vintage, rare, collectible Royal Doulton piece. This one beautifully painted. And I know somebody will snap her up, particularly given the fact that we'll do a very good deal on her. So it could be a great opportunity for somebody to own a very rare, valuable piece of Royal Doulton at an exceptionally great price. So with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I promise no more curly knob jokes now. Thank you.